Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, have no fear. Your friendly neighborhood light-skinned man is here. And in today's video, we are reacting to Faze sold out and destroy itself, bro. What do they say? What's the saying, man? Root of evil is money, or the root of the something, bro. It's crazy how an organization that was so prominent, so dominant, so much people wanted to be a part of it, etc., etc. Unfortunately, ruined itself, and now it's nothing compared to what it used to be back in the great glory days. I don't know, but man, Moore posted, he talked about it, so let's go and see what he's talking about. And yeah,
so ladies and gentlemen, this is crazy. The entire Faze situation where pretty much everyone, well, the main guys, not everyone, right? They still have their esports section, but pretty much the face, the creators,
nobody give a fuck about no esports.
the OGs of the organization, as well as the new streamers like a Silky, like a Your Rage, like a Lacey, they're all gone. And now the only one left is apparently Faze Jev. According to this post, Faze Jev is now officially the sole remaining member of Faze Clan after Scope announced his departure today, as they were the only members left. And here's that announcement right here. Faze Scope said officially left at Faze Clan. What a pleasure it was to be able to represent the team in its roots. I gave it everything I had, and I'm proud to say I achieved a lifelong goal and truly lived it. The friendships I've made with my idols within the team are what I'll cherish the most. Thank you so much for having me. Faze up. Boys, girls, Faze is officially over, man. And apparently this all had to do with the new CEO of Faze wanting to tax all the officially over, man. And apparently this all had to do with the new CEO of Faze wanting to tax all the creators, either a percentage of all their earnings per month. I believe somewhere between the 10 and 20% range, which is just
hell no. 20% that's like a 360 type deal at that point. Hell no. The 20K in rent is cool when like you're making 500,000 a month, whatever these creators are making. 10-20%, that's pretty significant, bro.
Outrageous. Or have them pay $20,000 a month toward the organization. But regardless of what the new stipulations that this new guy coming into Faze, according to this post by the name of Matt Kalish, who is also the co-founder and president of DraftKings and a 74.5% owner of Faze, had involvement in the recent collapse after asking for 20% of creators' earnings. That is just crazy, man. Like, guy, what are you doing? You really thought guys who are making millions per year are just gonna allow you to take hundreds of thousands of dollars from them just to have the Faze name attached to their socials? Are you?
Yeah, bro, because this isn't back in the day, bro, where it's like you really needed a name to prop you up. You could turn, again, like I said before in other videos, you can literally turn yourself and turn your whole situation up by just getting the camera, pressing down, sitting down, and recording. You can turn your whole thing up. And it's like the name doesn't really mean, but what's the point of, like, well, I don't know. Certain, or they have their advantages, stuff like they can make things easier. But like Marlon, for example, Marlon's done plenty of streams with the Faze guys. He's not a part of Faze at all. He can still be his own thing and still work with these people, you know. So there's really no need nowadays.
You crazy just to live in a content house? Are you mad, Matt? Especially if they did not agree to this agreement in the beginning. And according to Feared Buck, they say Matt Kalish, co-founder of DraftKings and CEO of Hardscope, says Faze's current financial structure is unsustainable, which might be the case. But again, if creators didn't agree to a percentage of their earnings being taken in the beginning, and then you just come out of nowhere and want this 20% retroactively applied to their earnings, it's just like this 20% cut is crazy. Retroactively, like, no, I would leave too. And I believe that is part of the reason for why Black Boy Max left too. And everybody thought it was because he was egotistical or he thought he was special, but no, they were trying to tax him for the future. But according to Feared Buck, they say Matt Kalish revealed he invested $10 million into Faze's talent group over the past 18 months and gave creators the option to go independent or sign deals with Hardscope. And after roughly 6 months of talks, negotiations ended, with creators reportedly viewing the terms as unfavorable, and Kalish plans to move forward without them.
Wow, when all the talent is gone, what are you moving forward with? Nobody, everybody left. Like, Faze is dead, brother. There's nothing to move forward with, bro.
Listen, Matt Gallish, the new owner or CEO of Faze, how are you going to be profitable without actual talent on your roster? Maybe he's going to recruit new, smaller, upcoming rising stars, creators online, which could work. And basically at this point, Faze would act as like a record label, you know, investing all this money into rising talent, allowing them to live in a content house and, you know, creating a platform for them in exchange for 20% of their earnings, which could be good for a smaller creator. I just want to say for any creators who are thinking about doing this, make sure that you're not in a long-term contract to where it extends like 5 years or so. You know, 1 to 2 years is cool if you're a small creator, but you never know where you're going to be in a year. So you might be small now and only making a couple of thousand per month, if that.
You never know where you'll be in a year. I mean, look at Marlon, bro. Beginning of last year, bro, like, bro was still doing the streams in New York where he was homeless, and now he turned this whole situation up. And who is this guy? Why does he look so familiar? I've seen him before, but I don't know his face. I don't remember his name. But yeah, anyways, Marlon, his whole situation, he went from being homeless to living with somebody in LA to now having his own place in New York, and all in a year. And if you really, it felt like it was way longer than a year, but no, he did all that in a year. So you never know. I mean, who knows where I'll be at the end of this year, bro? I don't know. Yeah, I might be in that lamb. Y'all gonna give me right with that lamb chop? No. All right. Oh.
And then a year from now, under Faze and them investing in you, you're making potentially millions. And then that 20% goes from paying them measly hundreds per month to now paying them tens of thousands per month. And that's going to look different. That's going to feel different. But further, according to this post, they say, and I quote, "My best guess is they're all good kids and have a lot of people in their ear and are confused." No, they're grown men like me. They understand 20% is crazy just to stay in an organization that they don't really need. They also say the influencers felt the terms Kalish offered were unfavorable, according to a person with knowledge of discussions who asked not to be identified. The talks had gone on for about a half a year. They also say Kalish launched Hardscope as a way to, and I quote, "turn creators into next-gen media moguls. The business connects sponsors and fans with personalities who stream content on sites like Twitch." So basically a record label for creators online. And this man probably wanted to get them in a 360 contract like it's the goddamn 1990s, and that's not happening. Nobody needs anybody anymore. We can all create our own content independent of record labels. You know, back in the day, everybody, you know, needed or felt like they needed to be in an MCN, some kind of agency, and we don't need these people anymore. We can create our own content. We can create our own communities. We can use AdSense.
Literally, that's simple. Like yes, again, these organizations, these people, these things, they can turn you up faster. You know, they can get you hooked with this person, that person quicker, but you don't really need them in order to turn up. You can literally, like I said, turn up by just popping a camera up and speaking your mind, and somebody will listen. It's 8 billion people in this world. 8 billion people in this world. You don't think you can get 1 million people to listen to you, to watch your videos, to fuck with you? You don't think you can find 1 million people out there out of 8 billion? You know, 8 billion is 1,000 millions, right? It's 1,000 millions times 8. So you're telling me out of all those people, you can't get 1 million people to sit down and watch your videos? Come on now.
To get paid. All the tools are available for you, anybody who wants to create content. You can create a TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you want to create content. Nothing is stopping you. Now, however, if you want to have the Faze name attached to your socials and you want to live in a content house and you want all that investment in exchange for 20%, go for it. But just understand the type of contract or agreement you're getting yourself into. And by the way, this extends to any industry. It could be, I don't know, music, food and beverage, transport and logistics, energy and raw materials. Any sector, you got to make sure your paperwork is in order, your agreements are in order, because hey, if you don't have things in writing, people can't F you over. And here's the thing, you know, I'm gonna, in defense of Matt Kalish, if I invested tens of millions of dollars or 10 plus million into an organization, I want a return on my profit, right? I want to see an RIO eventually, a return on my investment. So to see a return,
you said IRO. You mean a ROI?
On my investment, I'm going to eventually have to monetize or find a way to recoup my investment. And that's either going to be by taking a percentage of the people, the creators in the organization, expanding monetization policies, getting more brand deals, recruiting new people. Or if I can't recruit, I'm just gonna sell the brand. So that may be a possibility in the future of Faze just being sold outright and the brand just becoming completely irrelevant. You know, and here you have all these videos of former Faze people saying why I left Faze, the real reason why I left Faze, Faze Apex, Adapt. Who else do we have? Swag, Blackboy Max.
Y'all go watch my why I left Faze video. Yeah, cause I left Faze too. If y'all didn't know, yes, I left Faze too, bro.
Your Rage, even Faze Rug saying officially left at Faze Clan. That's the end of an era. But ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it was a good time. It was good while it lasted back in the day, you know, watching everybody, all the guys in the Faze house, from the original New York house to moving out to Cali, you know, the daily vlogs with Adapt and Apex and Norden, the Rice Gum era too, when he used to collab with them, Banks and Alyssa Violet and, you know, Jake Paul and all that. Good times, honestly. Good times. But thoughts and opinions down below. What do you think about this? And yeah, catch you.
Yeah, with that being said, y'all let me know y'all thoughts on this video below. Also, again, it's such unfortunate to see such an organization that was so big, prominent, etc. Well, I'll do the read or whatever. But yeah, I'll get y'all boys at the next one. Peace.